liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, please.
Lindman.
Here.
Ingram. Here. Jeremini.
Here.
Carrico.
Here.
Kane.
Here.
Schwartz.
Here.
And Longbridge.
Here. Can I get a motion to excuse Diane?
So moved. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any approval, or can I get approval, are there any additions to the agenda?
Yeah, just under new business, could we add master plan discussion?
Can I get a motion to approve the agenda with the addition under new business?
So I make a motion to approve the agenda with the addition.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Approval of the minutes from our January 20th meeting.
Fine.
Make a motion again.
All in favor?
I'll second. All in favor?
Aye. I have no, on to new business. Master plan, Mark.
Just to let you guys know and start thinking about it, we are on our 5-year cycle, so we will be doing a Parks and Recreation master plan this year. I think a lot of you were on the board back then too. We did it in 2020, so you might want to review the old one. We've accomplished a lot in that time, so see what else we want to do. We will eventually have some kind of discussion meeting with our planner for this, Chris, and he's contacted the village about it already, so we're going on that. We do have time. It's not a big hurry. But just start thinking about it. What do we want to do? What do we want to address in there? And everything else there. I mean, at the end of it, we've got one lot done, so this one will be quite a bit different. That's about it. Just wanted to know where that we're going to be having that probably sometime in the summer.
Could you send a copy of the 2020 master plan?
On the village website, if you go to the Park and Rec page,
Oh,
it'll be there, along with the Clare Miller Park master plan and other information about other parks in or around the village.
Blood drive from February 10th.
That was a bit of a bummer. We did not have a great turnout, unfortunately. About 8 donations, I think it was. So that's definitely on the low end. When our target is 15. There was quite a few call-in 6 kind of thing and other things like that. So that unfortunately resulted in a bit of a weak turnout for this one. The next one is April 14th. It will run from 3 to 8. So we're going with the absolute latest into the day that we can, see how that works, see if that improves turnout for some of the folks who weren't able to otherwise do it because of their schedules. So we'll see how that goes. We're still kind of fiddling with that.
Any lunch? Everything's on schedule. We have the room.
Yeah, we have the room.
Anything with the costume? Yeah.
I haven't been able to find much simply because everything is a higher price due to it not being like Halloween or something like that. So what I'm thinking, I can probably get away with the Easter Bunny for like one more year or so, and then when we look at purchasing things with the spend down towards the end of the fiscal year, maybe look again then. If not, use discretionary funding around Halloween, and that would probably be best case scenario.
Take duct tape in the meanwhile, and away you go.
What do you use? Just so we know. What do you need for your
The bunny suit, so the bunny suit, as I've gotten taller and a little bit wider, the bunny suit is getting tighter to fit, and like my ankles are starting to show and so on. So for the bunny suit, it would be the body and then a new helmet mask, because that's also broken. So it would be just those two pieces.
But for this bunny, I mean, would you
Oh, for
use
this?
ribbon or something? I can't remember.
There is ribbon used. I believe it's in the Easter Bunny luncheon stuff already.
Okay, yeah, I just wanted to.
If not, we can make it run at Dollar Tree. It's like that ribbon that you would use to tie balloons.
Yeah.
We just use that and then
Okay.
curl it with a pair of scissors once we tie it up. Other than that, everything should still be there. The helmet, I got a helmet because it's all plastic inside. The mask, perfectly serviceable. It's just I got to be a little bit more gentle with it. Should be good to go.
If you see one, and it's not expensive, or it's not irrationally expensive, you can talk to the village
Okay.
about getting it, certainly in their discretion. Because I think we'd rather, if there's an opportunity to get one that works, that fits, that's a good quality one, at a decent price, rather than waiting until October, because we know that this is, it's at the end of its useful
Pretty
life.
much.
So, yeah, don't think that we can't get it. If it's, whether it's now, April, whether it's July or something, you never know. I mean, if you're looking for bunny costumes in the middle of July, more power to you, but who knows, what you find out there. But yeah, don't hesitate in contacting the village and things, and maybe can help you as well.
Okay.
Do you have in your records, anyone mark what, can you get funds released for the bunny lunch?
Yeah, it's, I don't think I have the budget again. No. We can release budgeted funds. We can put a number on there if we need to.
Can I get a motion to release budget funds for the Easter bunny lunch?
I make a motion.
Second.
All in favor, or we have to roll call?
That second was by Carrico?
Sure.
Okay, I'm just gonna go around. Bog? Yes. Schwartz?
Yes.
McCain?
Yes.
Carrico?
Yes.
Longbridge?
Yes.
Jeremini?
Yes.
Ingram? Yes. And Lidman?
Yes.
It says, do you still, or do we want to do a serial drive?
Yeah,
So we'll have to make sure she puts that on.
yeah, I mean, if we don't, we'll just do it's an own flyer, but yeah,
Do you know the date that the flyer's going to be published?
for.
Because I have,
Do we give her a date? Is that how that works?
I mean, usually she just kind of runs with it and then lets you know that she has it. But if you like, are desiring to get it out earlier and things like that, you just need to communicate that with Paige and she'll look at it done. We did, I don't know if they'll be doing it for this one, but I did introduce them to the idea of using more QR codes and stuff, so that it's easier for people to pay online for things. So we'll see if that's, I don't know if it'll be on this one, but it might be.
Was this like a collective effort, like not an assigned chairperson
well,
or
it's
someone?
me, but yeah, I want
Okay.
everybody to know.
Do we want to just schedule, like, can we meet like a half hour before next meeting
Yeah,
or
that's
something
what
and
I
just
was
run
thinking.
through whatever we need to get done? Yeah, so like 6:30, is that what for everyone? Okay, okay. Just before our meeting next month?
Oh, okay.
Meet half
Yeah,
hour
yeah.
early just to finalize bunny lunch stuff, who's doing what, and then we have it.
Mhm.
Okay.
Let's say Patrick's Day, is everybody gonna be free beer? No, it's at the 15th. I don't know.
It is something.
Spring garage sale, anything, I assume that's still you, Mark?
Sure. Yeah, no. It's a, yeah, whatever.
For the 5K, this is what Diane sent me. The date is, it's got here, I'm gonna have to double check with her, because she said May 31st, and they got May 24th.
It is the 24th. It's the Saturday of Memorial Day.
Yeah, but I've got it. She sent me a text. So. I don't know if she changed it.
Would Diane see the text that said the 31st?
Correct.
Oh.
I have a 5K set up for Saturday, maybe she just wrote it wrong. Saturday Memorial Weekend, 5/31/25.
But, yeah, so she's got contradictory things.
Yeah. So, I'm not sure what it is then.
So that's fine. Yeah, we've got.
Be the 24th.
It would be the 24th if it's for the Memorial
Okay.
Weekend, yeah.
And she would like, she set it up with the chip timer. I'd like payment to be collected through Kevin at A2 Chip Timer, same man we've used. She thinks we'll get a larger group. He would deduct his fee and then send us the balance. And looking for sponsors, and she will get Paige on a flyer.
She'll have to talk to Jennifer about the payment, if that's feasible.
So that's all I have for that. Tuesdays in the park.
All right. Well, I gave everybody a packet, and Mark found this other one. This page was not, Tabitha was not aware of it. If you look at mine, basically, where I put that black mark, it wasn't available for us. Some of those are things available through Oakland County, but not for the RAP program.
Oh, okay.
So that's why I just put the black mark. We can't do those. And then, I can tell you a little bit about it. The Arctic Rush was real similar, like to the, and then when I did, I printed to kind of explain with Jeeves Chivamar. The Arctic Rush is 2 obstacle courses, and they're 2 of the larger ones. So it's probably similar to what we did before with the Chaos and Commotion, just a different, one of them's more of a slide, a polar slide, so my guess is there's water involved. And if we do want to choose that one, my suggestion would either be July or August, the chance to be a little warmer.
Yeah.
I thought that one would be kind of fun. Okay, then the next one was Blast Off Bouncer. When you look at it, it's small, and it's only one little inflatable. So it may be if you used to win it and follow this, it's probably easier, I don't care. But the Blast Off Bouncer was just one small inflatable. So it really was not one that I would choose. It was not on my list. But you can read it, it's just one inflatable, which doesn't, I don't know, wasn't crazy about it. I think there are better choices.
Yeah.
And the next one was the Chaos and Commotion, and we have done that. That's fairly 2 large inflatables and different, it's like a little bit of an obstacle course of sorts. And I think those are nice because that could be used for all ages. It's one of the, same thing with the Arctic Rush. We've done the climbing tower, which is pretty popular. In the past, we've done the climbing tower. We had the nature center. As of now, there is no nature center.
I also think the climbing tower would be really hard to do now, because it needs a hard surface.
Yeah, right.
And we've got so
Okay.
much fencing now.
So, we
It
have
was-
done-
It was really hard last year with them trying to get it over there. And there was a point where
Oh, you're right.
they got, well, stuck for a second, so.
All
I
right,
think
so-
that it's probably not,
So we can choose
Feasible
difference
for
because
us.
it's something we haven't,
Yeah.
because we've done it. The next one is colossal curling, which is new.
I think, yeah, I thought we tried to get it or something, yeah, but I thought we were trying to get it one time.
What?
Yeah, the curling.
Maybe
it was part of
We had one
something
last year. We had a small little thing, what was like on a piece of plastic, and they could push it with a plastic, kind of almost like a puck
Yeah.
type of thing. So this is actually 4 rinks,
Okay.
more of a curling rink.
Yeah.
So it sounds like it really, I don't know any more than that than what it says there. Just, it's good for community events, campers, paired, and other activities for large functions. I thought that sounded really interesting also. All right, the next one, fun instruction is some, I guess it was not real.
I thought that one was pretty cool.
It had obstacle course, now these are all inflatables. And like a bouncy house, and this is something different, so if we want to do an inflatable, at least there would be 3 of them there. One's a construction obstacle course, it's like a dump truck and an excavator theme, and it's 30 feet long, there's a jump truck, bounce and a slide, and a skid loader. So just kind of 3 different types of inflatables.
Yeah.
Something different we have not done. The other one I thought sounded really cute was the Pirate Paradise. Now, the only disadvantage here might be for the younger kids, but I was going to ask Molly. Molly, can I ask you how much your children might weigh? Like 40, 50 pounds?
Yeah, one is, they're between 40 and 60.
So
ages 5
this
to
is only, it's good to 100 pounds, and I was trying to figure how much is a 100-pound child? And I did have to call the guy from RAD, and he says probably at least a fifth grader. Most fifth graders would be able to use this. Just 100 pounds was the limit. And what was interesting, I did bring it up about the one just before, the other inflatables. I said, that's interesting, because some of them are smaller in size than the pirate one. The three that they have, the pirates, are actually larger in size. One's 17, one's 21, and one, where the other ones are 8, the smaller ones are 18, 18, and 13. So they're a little smaller. And I asked him, well, how come? And he says, is they're just going by what the manufacturer recommends, and it could be the type of material. So the Fun Struction are smaller ones, where the Pirate Paradise are larger ones. And there's still 3. I think we should choose one of them, just, I think it'd be fun, something different that we haven't done.
Yeah.
But that's, again, was my, so I wanted you guys to, make some choices on this too. The next was this, Go Games, we did that. That's last year when there were different ones, and I don't want to do that again. I think these others seem a whole lot more fun.
Yeah.
The Jump and Jam actually is it's just a small golf inflatable. There were 2, there's a glow one, but for the RAP program, we cannot get the glow. So it'd just be some kind of a golf inflatable. And again, I think there's others that sound a lot more interesting, in my opinion. The obstacle course,
It
we're
doesn't
not.
have the, it doesn't come with the slide,
Pardon me?
the jumping jam
Slide.
and the bouncer? Because the one that I had, the sheet that I found,
Says sneaker slide and boom box bouncer.
Okay, wait a minute. I might have to look it up. I've looked at all these.
if you look at the one that I gave you, that I printed out,
Yeah.
Oh, didn't I?
because it is
I
specifically
thought,
for this
Oh, I
program.
guess I didn't, I didn't print it out, I'm sorry. I guess, the golf inflatable was the only one that you would use. Out of those 3, under the Jump and Jam, the golf inflatable is it. We can't get the other 2.
Is that what they said, or?
That was on the original list that I
Because
printed
the
out.
reason why, because this is specific, they had 2 PDFs. One was a general rental, and then this one was specifically
Yeah.
for the RAP program. So it eliminated a
And,
bunch of the stuff we couldn't use,
Hold on, maybe
but it
it's-
does list it here. So I'm wondering if,
Maybe, hold on, maybe I did it. I think it was because it was only that, I didn't print
I
it
remember,
originally.
I remember there was one of them that said, yeah, the glow in the dark thing or whatever wasn't
Yeah,
available.
that was the,
but-
glow in the dark one was the, well, there is a regular putt-putt. That was another one that I liked.
It says only the non-glow option is
Yes,
available
it was,
for
it was for the
RAP.
jump and jam.
Yeah, that was all, but that, I don't know what the,
But see, you're right, they have all 3 listed here.
So it
But that-
says-
So that was my thought, why? Why get 1 when we can get others with 3?
it may not, I don't know if it doesn't glow, or is it excluded completely?
I don't know,
Yeah.
but yeah, because they had neon lights and some things, if I remember. I just didn't print it, because
Yeah.
the others have 3, there were more choices
Yeah.
for the kids. So I guess I decided, I chose not to print it, that was my doing. Okay. The next one is putt it and glow putt it. There is no glow, we can't do it, but the putt, or it's called putt it, excuse me. I did call and ask about it, because I didn't know how many holes there were.
Yeah, that's my
Because I thought
question.
there's only 1 or 2, there could be a line. But they said, depending upon the space, and what it is, they're using like a carpet of some sort, but they can do up to 9 holes. As long as they have the space, they can make kind of like a mini golf course for 9, and they come with different sizes of the putter and balls. So
That's
that might
it,
work
right?
too, because you want to be able to have it so you can have more than 1 family or 1 person, just 4 people on it. So that's another option, it's totally different, we have not done.
Does that need a hard surface?
I would
or can
think,
that
I mean,
go
it
right
looks
on
like
grass?
it would probably
I
benefit
think it can
from
go
it,
right on the grass.
but
that's
isn't
a
it
good
dry
question.
out? Because there's a picture on that thing where they're on a hard surface.
I can call, I did not ask
But-
that, I do have his number, I can call and ask that.
Oh, I
Because
see
they
that
just
one.
said it kind of depends upon the size.
Couldn't we do it on
See,
the
it's a full
basketball
carpet
courts?
and
or-
brackets are
Yeah,
set,
I mean, we
top
could.
line,
I mean,
the whole
I've
pattern.
seen it, done it, I mean,
Because
it
that's what we've
doesn't
done in
look
the
like
past.
Yeah,
that,
that's what I thought,
but
yeah.
the multi-lakes has
Yeah,
had,
because why couldn't we put it all over the basketball court?
Yeah,
That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah.
but just the
Just
night.
remember, it's gonna be way more crowded. these events.
Fencing and stuff.
Because we're
like
gonna
that.
have, not only do we have more fencing,
Oh.
but we have the farmer's market,
Oh,
and we're gonna have pickleballers.
Well, I
So-
thought about this, even like
And
we
just
get
keep
some of
that in
these with
mind.
3 inflatables. I mean, I don't know.
I'm just saying, using the courts, it's gonna be a little more, because we've got the grass, no problem.
Right.
And the way that I'm gonna set up the farmer's market, that won't interfere. But,
I can call
Yeah,
about
I mean,
this
Yeah,
one.
and that's only one thing, too.
Yeah, I don't-
where-
It says good paired with other things.
Yeah, so it's only one
I-
event, even if it is 9 holes.
I like the option ones where there's more.
Yeah, I like
Okay.
that 3 per.
So,
Because
and
it
then,
does-
the last one is the archery, stick at archery. And that is where they have, bows and, but it's like a target, and it's out of Velcro. And it's not pointy, so you don't have to worry about, someone's eye going.
that takes all the fun out of it.
Yeah, Mark.
we can't have, what's the, not darts, what's the?
Jart.
Lawn darts?
Yeah.
Yeah, those have been gone.
So,
Those have been out long
those
for a
are
long
it,
time.
but, I don't care which ones, but because this came online and they didn't give anything official out large like normally
Yeah.
for Tabitha to know, she started looking at it a couple weeks ago, go, haven't you heard anything? They did open this up in January, but no, the big blast did not go out.
Yeah.
So she didn't know. So when I brought it up, she finally got online and started looking, because I don't know what's going on. That's weird, we haven't heard. So, excuse me, so what we need to do is we need to pick a date. We have our dates.
Yeah.
And we either can go try a second date or different options, give 3 or 4 options of whichever ones we like. So I think
The order
we have-
isn't really important, right? The
Pardon?
order of which ones we choose for which.
Correct. Other than I do think that
No,
if we're going to do
summer.
the Arctic Rush, I think we ought to do that in July or August.
Sure.
Sure.
Yeah.
Other than that, and I thought that would be kind of fun, because it's one of they're 2 large obstacle courses, but it's not just my gig, it's for everybody. And I just looked into it.
Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. So, and then, Molly, I always really do appreciate, because you got young kids, and this is who it's kind of for.
Yeah.
So I'd like your input on that. I mean, everybody's, but, that's why I was asking about the weight. But I do suggest possibly either doing the Pirate Paradise or that fun struction, and not because it has some, again, there are 3 inflatables.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we need to pick 2 options for each date
We should,
and a backup date,
we
is
should.
what Tabitha wrote.
So
So,
my guess is we need to probably pick 4 or 5 that we like,
yeah. And just-
and then we'll let
just
Tabitha
throw
kind of
together.
work with it,
Yeah.
so that she knows, and like you're saying, backup dates,
I'd
but,
rather us get, not to start it up, double on one of these things that we
Yeah.
like, rather than getting a backup that's kind of a bummer.
yeah, I'm fine.
Because these kids, at the end of the day, the kids are just jumping or
Yeah,
whatever.
definitely.
Right.
In the old days, it was basically just, there was one standard inflatable they used to just always use. So either way, we're getting a much greater set of options.
Oh my gosh, heck.
So do you guys have a special one you want to try first?
I think we say Arctic Rush is our first choice for July and August. We don't care.
Yeah.
We don't care which.
I agree.
Put it on for both July and August if we wanted to, right?
Right, and get whatever one we get for that.
Whichever one.
date.
Yeah.
I mean, if we get it for the first one, then
Yeah.
we'll just have our second backup for the other one.
Yeah, cool.
So,
Usually, we're in good shape because we are, it's a Tuesday. It's not
it
a
is
heavy demand
Tuesday,
day.
and only once did we not get what we
Yeah.
wanted.
Yeah, that
So
was,
we've been
yeah.
really, really fortunate.
Okay, that's
I'd also recommend, I like the fun structure
Yeah, the fun
one.
structure looks like a good.
3
Okay,
options.
you want to do that first? Fun
As a-
structure
We can do
first?
it as a first along with, yeah, the Arctic Rush and
Fun-
fun structure can be our big 2.
All right, for,
I guess.
our fun struction will be our first option for June 17th.
Okay.
We'll have to come up with a backup date, but also, what would be our second option for that day?
Pirate
Pirate Paradise?
Yeah.
I think that makes the most sense, because
Yeah,
it
I
was
do too.
a
They're
toss-up
similar.
between those.
Yeah.
Okay, I agree.
3 and 3.
And kids like construction or pirates, either way. So it's anything for
I'm
like.
down for both. Pirates and.
Okay, and so for the July, we can put Arctic Rush first, and what would you like to think as a second one? If we can't get it, we can always go back to the Chaos and Commotion,
I
because
was
it's
gonna
almost the
say.
exact same thing.
I would say that one would be is a good one. I mean, I can't imagine kids win.
Yeah, I like that one.
Yeah.
Your kids would be the,
Yeah, that's a good idea.
But
'Cause they're
will
similar, I
she
mean,
know
it's-
that, like, if you put June and we can't do the fun instruction or the pirate, then go to the chaos and commotion? I just want her to know, like, that would be
Number.
our
third choice for
Choice.
that.
For which one, for,
July.
oh,
Really-
June?
really
Oh, I
any
said
of them.
July.
Any of them, like, so like
Really,
you
any
say, we've got Arctic Rush, but we have the Chaos and Commotion in case they can't get it.
Yeah.
Well, we don't want her to choose Chaos and Commotion, we want that.
Yes, Arctic, oh, yeah.
I'm sure you'll let her know.
I
yeah,
think we
I'll do that.
basically choose the 5 we want, but just say for Arctic Rush, it's gotta be the July or August.
Right.
I
That's our
agree
first
with that,
choice.
Molly. Yeah,
Everything
Plug in
else
whatever
is,
one fits for the
Yeah.
rest.
yes.
yeah, that makes sense.
So Funstruction, Pirate Paradise, Chaos and Commotion.
My other thoughts would be, like what you said, not to do the climbing tower, would either be maybe the curling, would be something totally different, colossal curling. Unless if you want to do the Arctic Rush on one and get the Chaos Commotion on another, but they're very similar, if you want to try for a different type of an event. If you want something different totally, then I would suggest you either go to we can either try the mini golf, the putt-putt, or the curling if you want something different.
Yeah, Arctic Rush and the Chaos Commotion are both an obstacle course, and then one's a bungee and one's a slide. So, okay, I see what you're saying.
So that's 4, right? So you're saying.
We need one more.
One
fun.
more?
Yeah. I'm not-
That's 4, but yes, we should, yeah.
I like the putt-putt. I think that could be cool. Even though it might be a little bit of a squeeze if we do end up getting
Well,
it.
I mean, they do as many, I mean, if we can only fit 5 holes, they'll do 5.
Exactly,
Is what they told
that's
me.
what I
They'll
like
do.
about it,
They
too.
get in as many as they can fit in. It's how I just wanted to make sure it was large enough that if kids like it, I mean, that's gonna be the main activity. They're not a long line waiting. So if there's at least 5 or 6 holes, people can start and keep on going, I guess.
How many clubs do they supply us with?
They didn't say, but they say supply, I mean, if there's gonna be 9 holes, and you can put normally 4 people in a hole.
Sure.
You have to have a fair amount of clubs.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I
It
didn't ask
says-
that specific
And it says
question.
best for community events paired with other activities for large-size functions.
Yeah, so they have to have a fair amount. Or, I mean,
And we'll
or
have-
either that, or like I said, with curling, I think
Yeah.
those two are totally different, we've never done anything like that. To the air jumper, then when I read it, I go, ooh, that was cool, this was bungee stuff, I go, all right, I'm on game for this, let's do it, but it wasn't on our list.
Yeah, I know, I saw that, I did that too. I was like, ooh, that
It
sounds
looked like
awesome.
real fun, it was the first thing I thought we should do. But we can't get that one. I mean, I like both, the idea of curling and putt, I like both of them. So it's, I'm gonna just put as the majority, or again, we can put them both down, whichever one she can get, but I'd like to have first choice, have her try the ones that the majority here would think we have to try. Again, thinking of, Molly and, kids, up to 5th grade, what do you think these kids want to do?
Yeah, and by calling early, I think we should be able to get our first choices. So-
I would think so, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will say if there's 2 different events with bounce houses, that's gonna, I mean, the kids love those,
Yeah, there's not gonna be
the
crazy
obstacle
because of that.
courses,
Yeah.
they're always,
So you're saying that so that you want to do an obstacle course basically for all 3 of them then?
no, well, I say we try for 2, and maybe do the putt-putt for 1, just to
Yeah.
switch it up. If the putt-putt, we can't make it work, then I think bounce houses are fine. We have other activities, we do the spin art, the orthodontist usually come, like, there's
We
enough to
can put out
do.
So we can also, what we can also try is
So-
and do the putt-putt, if we don't get it, we can do the fun instruction
How about-
in one and the
was gonna say, how about we
Pirate
do-
Paradise in the other.
How about we
Exactly.
do the Funstruction in June, the Arctic Rush in July, Putt-Putt in August, and then have Chaos Commotion as the backup for June and August, and then we'll have Pirates Paradise as the backup for June.
Okay, wait a minute.
Yeah,
So you
I know,
went-
that was not,
All right, wait, I got the
I like
fun
it.
structure, I got Arctic Rush, and then the putt for the first choices. Now, for the second choice for June, you're saying what?
so second choice for June would be the Pirates Paradise.
Gotcha.
First choice would be Funstruction. And then
And
for
for
August,
July,
or for July, we would do the Arctic Rush,
or
or
Chaos and Commotion?
Chaos Commotion, and then we would do in August, we can do the Putt-Putt, and if that doesn't work out, we could do the Chaos and Commotion.
Or the
Gotcha.
that would
Arctic
be it.
Rush, right, if we can't get it. in
Yeah,
July.
Okay,
I mean,
I don't know.
yeah, Arctic Rush, we would really like to get,
yes,
for
that's
sure,
number one.
and things like that.
Yeah.
But in reading it, you were thinking there was water involved in that, and
I don't think there is.
it doesn't sound like it. It just says participants take a trip down this inflatable winter-themed slide featuring a friendly polar bear and penguin, so
Yeah, it's not wet.
yeah, it's not.
But the one wait a minute, wait a minute, hold it,
So I don't-
when I
She's
wrote,
got more details.
yes, I do. Arctic obstacle course. This extreme inflatable obstacle course will have participants crawling, jumping, and making their way through a tangle of hurdles. Raise your point to see who can finish first. The polar plunge slide, participants cool off in a trip down this inflatable winter-themed slide featuring a friendly polar bear and penguin. So I don't know if there's water involved or if they have maybe a fan blowing or something.
There could be water just at the bottom.
Yeah, it doesn't
Could be.
say, yeah, I mean, it would be helpful if it did. Because
I
There's
can
water.
ask, that's one thing, I can ask about that.
they
Or
did have
or
that.
Mark just
Do you
stands there with the
remember-
hose.
Oh, you know what? I will spray every kid with a hose. I am fine with that job. But we did have that one year where we had that water thing,
Yeah.
and the kids loved it.
Yeah, that
It would just be nice to know if we're gonna have that. And oh, by the way, you might wanna wear your.
Okay, I can ask on the Arctic if there's water involved, and then I'll ask if a hard surface is
But I
needed.
can
to
spray the
apply
kids with a
water.
hose either way. I'm
But
happy
then
to
again,
do
I
that.
guess we can still, doesn't probably make a difference, just use the basketball court,
I would
right?
ask for counsel.
I would think
Yeah.
so.
It's nothing, yeah.
Yeah, and we have, at the end of the day, we have priority on the court for village events. So we can just boot people if we need to. I mean,
Okay.
not to be
All right,
mean,
so,
but it's just true.
I mean, it sounds like you're volunteering, Mark.
To kick people off of things, yes. Again,
Brian's
right
like,
up
I
my
better not
alley.
have my pickleball people there.
Right up my alley.
I would just as soon not give a second date and leave our dates as
Yeah.
they are and go with other options
Sure.
instead.
I
If
think
that-
that's, I
Yeah.
think
If
that's,
that's all right with everybody? Okay.
Yeah.
I mean,
Alright,
if it's
so-
the other dates, it's pretty straightforward, but, you know, because we don't have a ton of space either way, and it would just be the week later.
We can, but I mean, I'd
yeah.
like to
Oh, I
try.
agree, no, absolutely. I mean, why not keep the
All right,
dates
so
that we
we'll
got?
try for the
and
fun
then-
function first, Paradise second, the July event, Arctic
August
Rush,
15th
if
is a
not
Friday.
Chaos Commotion, and
I know
the
it's August
August event,
12th.
Putt Putt,
I looked
or
it
the
up.
Chaos.
Do we need to?
Is everybody okay with this?
I don't know if
Yeah,
that's
sounds
been
Sounds
typed.
good.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think those are the right
Just make
options.
sure that Tabitha knows that the August event is August 12th, because it says in the agenda August 15th. That may have just been a typo, but
Oh, okay.
just make sure.
She
because
may have
that's-
just hit that.
It may have just been a typo.
Thank you, I will be sure and point that out to her when I see her tomorrow.
So we don't get it for a Friday, because.
Yeah, but you know, we do want the Arctic Rush,
That's true.
number one, read Okay.
It's good.
I'll let you guys know. So thanks for your help.
Work on.
I didn't want to.
Dog show. Who's gonna be the chair? You know,
I
duke
will.
it out right now, arm wrestle, live on TV?
I mean, is there a competition here? Who's gonna be the chair? I thought we already did it.
I know, but it says
Yeah.
chairperson, is it
Oh,
blank?
I didn't see that. That's weird. Why does it say that?
I think
Oh,
it's
don't
New
know.
Year.
Oh,
Okay.
that makes sense, okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Well, just went good last year. We're just gonna go off of everything that we did last year. I don't really feel like there was much. I'll have to go back through my notes from that meeting after. But I don't know, I thought everything went good. Concessions were good, show was good. I'm gonna solicit like some new judges, right? It gives other people, if anybody has any suggestions for that, I'm always down to take some suggestions for that.
The prizes were great last year. We could
Yeah,
do similar
yeah.
prizes.
Yeah, it was suggested we broke up those baskets and made sure everybody got a prize, but.
Yeah, but
That's
we
not a
made them
competition.
something.
Yeah, I feel that this year's gonna be bigger,
Oh, yeah, I
don't you
think so.
think? The
Yeah, but I like
participation.
a good big fat
Right.
prize.
Yeah, I do too,
People
so.
need to go home
Everybody got doggy
disappointed.
biscuits and we
Yeah.
did
Right.
the bandanas.
And some of the people wouldn't even take them. I'm
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I agree then. Okay, that's one thing I
You
just
know, if you
remembered
give a big
the audience
sponsor,
saying.
if you get a big sponsor, you might want to even see if maybe they want to judge or someone from their store if
Oh,
they're interested.
totally, yeah, I'm down with
See
that.
if the
Okay.
orthodontist wants to.
Just
be a
something
judge.
different, so totally from out of the village, like who's interested.
Yeah.
You know, someone like,
Oh,
I mean,
yeah, yeah.
they got some really nice prizes
Yeah.
from these dog,
Yeah,
these
yeah.
stores. And
we didn't
maybe
even
someone
get
from that
them.
store
Yeah,
might
yeah.
Like
be willing
veterinarians and
to
stuff?
want to be a judge, maybe not, maybe they go, I don't want to do that on this, on my
The
Saturdays.
gals from the dog groomer I had spoke to, but neither of them were available for that date. So I'll try to maybe approach them earlier, get it going now or soon, just so they can maybe accommodate, because I would have liked, they wish they could have even been there to be a spectator, you know?
Yeah.
Because some of those pups they groom on a regular basis, you know? So, yeah, I definitely would like to utilize them as well.
I was gonna say, can we
Trophies
bring
for
back our
graduating?
grand prize winner as one of the judges?
Oh, definitely, definitely. That would be
Yeah.
good, yeah.
Well, they might want
Compete
to enter their dog again, if they can't.
Dog's a surefire
We
winner.
haven't decided, yeah, I guess
Yeah,
that's
we
something we
haven't
haven't
talked about
decided.
that.
We probably should have. a
Put some
little-
regulations out there.
No, I just meant he could judge. 'cause
Sure.
like his
Oh, like
reward.
automatic, this
Yeah.
year's winner gets to judge next year's contest?
Yeah,
It's kind of like back to, you know, it's almost the same thing like with the holiday decorating. We use a
Yeah.
lot of the same houses keep winning. Are we
But that
gonna
would be
keep them
fun
out?
for him.
I think
bet he
so.
would like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
I bet
All I
he would
have
like
is, mom's contact information. I can reach out to her and
That's
ask,
a good
yeah.
idea.
My guess is
All right.
want to re-enter.
Let the dog,
Oh, yeah, they're gonna have to
why not
decide
let the
that.
dog become a dynasty? I mean,
Get outside
17th
participation.
time
two-peat, you
winner.
can two-peat. I
And
mean,
start asking for favors.
give him his own entrance music.
Oh my God.
I don't see why not. Gives people something to strive for.
Is there a date already?
Yeah, the 21st.
Oh, okay, I see it. That's right, it's like Father's Day.
Wasn't it Father's Day weekend last time too, or something?
No, that's the 15th this year, I just
Oh,
looked.
okay.
Yeah, I think it is earlier. Oh, that's all we got.
Summer garage sale. It's happening.
Yeah, yeah, I'll do it again, so.
Fishing contest.
As far as I'm aware, as long as Brian is still willing to
Yeah.
ride me around on his boat, I think we're gonna co-chair again. It's down to a science at this point. I've been building that relationship a lot with Lakes Area Bait Shop. They're very enthusiastic every time now. Yeah, we'll just keep on keeping on.
Before I forget, Mark, can you get in contact with Lou for the, I don't know if we had mentioned it last time.
For the bunny luncheon?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I wrote it down already, yeah.
The DJ, is that who that is?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll just text him. Usually he ends up texting me about things, because Diane never texts him. He's like, hey, Mark, do you need me for the Snacks with Santa? I'm like, I don't know, I'll check. And it's like, why haven't you texted Lou yet? So,
And would you
I'll
know
get
how
ahead
to
of
give
that.
him a card?
yeah, I'll give him a gift card and stuff.
Yeah. I'll take care of that one.
Okay. Corn roast. Cody?
A signage trail.
Sign me up. I'll do it.
I'll help her.
Kathy.
Yeah, I'll help.
Yeah, I'll run the cooking operation again.
All right.
I'll do the cornhole tournament.
I'm
We'll talk about
down with
prize money.
concessions, popcorn and all that stuff side. I
I
thought it
will
went fine
secure
yesterday.
the
or
corn.
last year.
Are you gonna grow it? I mean,
I'm not gonna grow it, no, I don't know anything about growing corn.
I have the contract for the band and everything, so
Okay.
we're good there.
Perfect.
I think the pie eating contest was super fun.
Yeah, we definitely need to do that again.
Yeah.
Yep.
That was good.
That was a hit.
farmer's market? I don't know if there's anything to add.
Yeah, so yeah, I'll run it. Like, I've been talking to a couple of my vendors that have a lot of experience and things, so just to make sure that everything's in line. I've lowered the pricing a bit, just after some feedback from Jennifer upstairs and a few other people, so it'll be $15 a week, $14 if they reserve for at least half a season, and then $12 if they pay ahead. So this will at least make sure to make it very easy for vendors to at least break even when they're there, and hopefully attract quite a few. And then if it goes well and it becomes in demand, I can jack up the prices next year and gouge them. If it's a hot ticket kind of thing. Everything else is pretty much in line, just getting the paperwork together, and then I'll start getting approval from upstairs with like that the paperwork's good, and then I will contact the rest of the vendors and let them know, and I already have So I'm saying, yeah, I've got some I'm gonna share with them, the form and everything, so, yeah.
And what's the time? that we're looking to do?
3 to 7:30. So it'll conclude right at the same time as the days, like on the days that we have our Tuesdays in the park, they'll end at the same time.
Oh, that makes sense.
And 7:30 should make it so that through September, it's not a problem with light.
Where are you
and things
gonna
like that.
try and have them set up at? What's the thoughts in the park? What area are you
Oh,
thinking?
everywhere will be along one of the walking paths. So the path that I usually, like as we do with the corn roast,
Uh-huh.
very similar to that.
Okay.
Except for like on the walking path leading up, it'll only be on the one side because I'm gonna let them keep their cars because I don't want to deal with that and I don't want them to have to deal with that. And then along the back path is where I'll have them primarily run. So that way everything's accessible. Anybody with limitations can reach them because that's one of the frustrations with some of the other ones. So it'll be a bit spread out, but because of what we've got in the park now, it's not such a big deal. We've got the playground and all that stuff as well. But, so that's generally how I got it set up. And I was looking online, they would be able to set up on either side over on that, where the fencing is and things like that, because I wasn't sure if that was village property or not. Because on the other side, where the parking lot is, some of it is actually resident property on the other side of the fences. I did not quite realize that. It's just an interesting thing, how it's set up. But the other side is all village, so it doesn't matter which side the vendor's on. But I want the vendor facing the path, so that no matter what, anybody can get to them. And because of the new playground, we have a connection from the parking lot to there.
Yeah.
All hard surface. So that'll make it ADA for everybody.
So how do you decide gets that first prime section along the path that goes towards the bathroom?
Well, the people who sign up for the season and pay ahead get first dibs.
Oh, so they select their own
And
site
they'll
when
get,
they-
they'll get a permanent spot. So they'll be there every week, wherever they want, at that spot. If they want to move eventually, they could. I work with them on that. But otherwise, if you pay ahead, you get a permanent spot, so people know where to go to find you. If you are a reserve, you'll get a good spot too. If you're a weekly one, coming in, paying that week, you're gonna be wherever I have space, as opposed to being a consistent one. So yeah, create some
I have a
perks to
question.
signing ahead.
When and if are we going to solicit any of the village members to, if they have small businesses, have we done that? Or how are we?
To be a vendor?
Yeah, like are we putting a,
Advertising.
yeah.
Oh, it'll be
ad
posted
out
on
there?
Facebook, we'll post online and on the page and everything else, and anybody who's a resident, of course, is eligible.
Like prior to June or?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
everything's
you're
gonna be
like,
done in the next few
announce it,
weeks.
Roll it out,
Yes.
have some
Yeah.
information beforehand, okay.
Yeah, I'm not gonna, I want everything done ahead of time, so that I'm not scrambling for layout and things like that.
Okay,
And for those who are paying ahead, they're gonna be a few weeks ahead of time, so that I know these are the folks that I've gotta find spots for the season, and everything else too.
are we doing any food truck type things, or
It's
is this
certainly an
all-
option.
It is an option?
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm
okay.
thinking about that. I mean, it's kind of not at the primary concern right now, but yeah,
Sure.
for sure, food
We
trucks.
used to
would
talk
be-
about that one time trying to do it for Tuesdays in the park, and I contacted 3 or 4 people, but they kind of wanted a guaranteed number of people.
Yeah, that's the
Yeah.
And that
big
was the
difficulty.
problem, but now maybe with the farmer's market, that might draw more of a crowd than just the
Mhm.
Tuesdays in the park, and it may work. But yeah, they wanted a fair amount of people, and I couldn't guarantee that.
Sure, yeah, that makes sense.
Like, I know one of the HOAs gets a food truck fairly regularly.
Yeah, Spring
Yeah,
Lake Heights,
yeah.
it's so successful, they
Right.
always go.
And I mean, so I think unfortunately, I think they usually do it on Tuesdays. So I don't want to rain on their parade, but maybe we merge with them kind of thing, since they can walk over anyways from where they live. And, yeah, for sure, food truck. Also considering whether or not we would open our doors or our concession and do something real light. But yeah,
Cool, all right.
and then I figured I'd get a little bit of essentially a steering committee together just to help with some of the little side jobs and all that. And like Jennifer upstairs will be on there because she actually may end up being a vendor.
Very cool.
And John Ellsworth may be as well. We'll see.
Oh, wow.
But I made it clear to him he does not get a discount. But he said he might be interested.
Anything else?
Nope.
I'll just skip over KLM. We don't want to talk about Santa right now. There's no new additional events or anything we want to talk about? Or-
Diane talked about the light parade on the lake.
Yeah, she didn't send me.
She didn't say anything about that.
Oh yeah, I had a question about how you see some of the other lakes doing it, but why don't we ever do like a polar plunge like charity type or something event? You know, that seems to
Somebody's
be
gotta
like
organize it.
popular. I mean, it wouldn't be for me because I'm not a winter outdoor kind of gal.
I'm a winter outdoor person, but you won't get me in that cold.
No. But I don't know, I just see
You realize it
I
doesn't
don't
mean you
know.
have to jump in it, does it?
You just have to
Well, if
donate.
you're organizing it, I don't know. Aren't you supposed to be a fine example?
Yeah, I guess so.
I don't know.
But yeah, people do those as fundraisers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm not a cold weather type of person.
I did it once when I was a kid, never again.
On and up could do it.
Huh?
On and up could do that,
Yeah.
potentially.
You would do it?
No, no.
On and
On and
upward.
up.
Oh, yeah.
I did it a couple times. When we first moved in, they used to hold one. It was the first Saturday in
Oh,
April.
really?
I heard that they
And,
did it.
Oh.
Yeah, I did it
How
twice.
long ago?
In and out, right by the fire.
Well, then there's
Were
also.
was it to raise money for something, or is it
No,
just
it's
for fun?
Just for fun. We
Oh,
had
okay.
some chili going and a big
Oh,
bonfire and,
cool.
yeah, my neighbor
Just
actually
bragging
did it.
You could
rights.
do like a
Yeah, I
chili
guess.
cook-off and somehow
No.
tie it all in.
It's too much work. There's some people who are, alums of Army and Navy who do a polar plunge. The loser does the plunge
Oof.
after the Army-Navy game, or at least they do it in at the New Year kind of thing. I know that in the village.
Yeah.
But,
Not into it.
I mean, that's something that could be considered, but, I think most of the time in the winter, everybody's just either in Florida or just locked up in their home, waiting for it to end.
Nobody wants to do things outside right now.
You better, maybe you could do an ice fishing contest.
You know what? I've been thinking about that. I have never ice fished before in my life. I don't even know how any of that works. If I was to
You
do
cut a
it-
hole.
Well, I get that, but like, I don't know if there's like anything different. I could even talk to the bait shop about it and see what that would entail, what that would look like. Like,
Yeah, the Wild Lake Fishing Derby, they had over 200 participants.
really good turnout.
They have a specially tagged fish, and if you catch it, you win $10,000.
Oh, that's
Really?
Nobody's ever caught it. They supposedly do have it, but yeah, so that's why they had 200 people out there trying.
It's not real. Could you imagine?
He's down in
What
the
if it
the deep
died or
hole
something?
there that you know you can find.
Or somebody in the, caught them, they had no idea why it's tagged.
Yeah.
yeah, I can
That's wild.
talk with
The hard thing with that
about
is,
ice fishing.
like,
Yeah.
this year it was great.
Yeah.
This year's been
This year
incredible.
it was.
Last year, I think the ice was fishable for a week.
Yeah.
If
And that was
that,
it,
if
that,
at
yeah.
the most,
If
maybe
that,
3
for
days.
sure.
It would be
So
very
it's a
difficult.
very hit and miss. I mean, at least the polar plunge, it might be not a tepid
Nice,
plunge,
yeah.
and not a polar plunge some winters, but that would at least be.
They might fall in right away.
regardless,
Yeah, right.
Yeah, ice fishing, that's the only hard thing, is it's so weather dependent, and safety wise, there's always more concerns there.
That is true also.
You could, talk to Ted, see what he says, see if it's,
See if it's feasible.
Pending business, Veterans Memorial.
not a whole lot. It's clean, it's shoveled and all that, and otherwise it's looking pretty good.
Clara Miller Equipment, is everything?
Nothing new there. We're still waiting, I think, for final approval from the DNR before we can have then the two spinning pieces installed that we have, but we're just waiting on that approval before we get to that part.
Anything new with the BMX track?
So unfortunately, we are going to have to wait until the spring because nobody's interested in working in the winter for this kind of work, doing this. So,
Don't blame 'em.
and the company that was going to do it, who retired but said he was going to do it in the spring, had got an offer he couldn't refuse and sold all his equipment. So we will not be using him, but our engineer has gone out for new bids. And it sounds like it'll be pretty much in line with what we were going to pay anyways. It'll just be probably April at the earliest.
Are we like But when are we gonna commit to the bid? So we can like get on the list and.
Oh, I think it'll be probably at the March meeting for council.
What are you actually, it's an excavating company?
Yeah.
Is that what you're looking for?
Yeah, he's got, and there's tons of those. It's not, and this isn't even particularly detailed work, relatively
But
speaking.
isn't that why you're difficult finding one, somebody?
Well, no,
Because it is
we
such
had
a
the
little
guy, he was gonna do it, and then all of a sudden it turns out, oh, hey, he's retiring.
Well, that's
We're
what I
shutting
mean,
down the
like all
shop.
summer,
And
wasn't
then
it?
we got, and that was,
We had to wait for the surveyor. later.
yeah, that was, bless you, it was, that was the big problem. She was a little delayed in getting the surveying done too, and I think that kind of pushed it, and then it was, I want to say November, when we found out that he wasn't going to actually be available to do the job. And it was like, hey, okay, council decides, yeah, let's go out for, to go out for new bids. But, and then it's like, we've had a severely cold winter and nobody wants to do it, because why would you want to work in this if you didn't have to? So that's why the delays have been one after the other kind of thing.
Liaison reports, planning.
We did have a January Planning Commission meeting. We had a nice recognition event for Brian Nedrow. He was our council liaison. He'd been involved with Planning Commission for 26 years. So we presented him with a nice plaque and everything, and his wife Christy came, and all that was a nice recognition. And then other than that, the main thing we worked on was, we've got a request for an amendment to our zoning ordinance for our RM1 multifamily residential zoning. The Shepherd of the Lakes Church is in the RM1 because it's surrounded by all the condos and everything. And they've got an organization that wants to run a program out of the church facility for autistic kids. And they're going to leverage their church youth group. And they work on socialization skills and stuff like that for autistic kids. But currently that use isn't permitted. So we're looking at adding things that would accommodate, what do they call it, like daycare, educational, and school uses in the RM1. And we're not just going to do it blanket. It'll be a special use, so they'd get approved on a case-by-case basis. But we're doing everything we can to accommodate. We think there's a great program they want to launch, and to make some changes to our zoning ordinance to make it legal. And we're glad they came to us and are doing it the right way, rather than just going in and doing it and waiting to somebody say, hey, you can't do that. So we're moving forward with that, and that's about it. And we do have another February meeting coming up to work on that this Thursday, so.
Council liaison, Mark.
We named the 2024 Citizen of the Year, and that was Fred Meisner. He is a member of the Veterans Memorial Committee. He is very active in his HOA, Wolverine Lake Manor, that's Mallow Beach and all that. And he also does Meals on Wheels, amongst other things. He's always been wonderful to work with. He's helped out with Park and Rec events. Some of you may remember back in, I think it was 2018, he actually put on the car show basically in the last minute because the person was going to do it canceled, and he pulled it off. Great guy to work with, not a more decent human being on the planet, and anytime you ask him for a favor for anything, he's always there. So he's very, very well deserved to win that award. We also named our new prosecuting attorneys for going forward, and so that's been completed. And then we reviewed administrative assistant compensation and raised their payment. That's Tabitha and Paige. We approved Tiki candle purchases for 2025, and we're going to be charging, I think it's $5.50 a candle.
And it's still at a loss, by the way.
Yeah, I know, I wanted it to be a gain, but Aaron and I did not win that one out.
It costs more than that a
Yeah,
piece.
they're getting expensive. And I just use the, like citronella candle, like everybody buys. And, so we're buying one fewer case than we bought last year. Every year we buy fewer cases because more and more people are going, why buy candles that have one use? We approved locker room renovations for the police department, much needed. One of the showers doesn't even work. We're gonna set it up so that it's, there's a separate space for men and women, so that there's some privacy for our lady officers and whatever's, and anything else they need to do in there. So it'll be nice and much needed. Currently the ventilation has nowhere to go, apparently. So it's amazing that was ever approved. And now it'll actually go outside, which is probably a good place for,
Moisture.
everything, yes. So who knows what's growing in the vents there? I'm a little terrified. We renewed our insurance with Blue Cross Blue Shield. And then we went into closed session for a few different things. We scheduled for this Wednesday our work session for goals, village goals. So one of the things I put in there, bless you, for us was park signage. We've talked about it a few times, but now that we're finally, everything's kind of in, something that we'd probably want to spend a few bucks on to update and improve our park signage, particularly with the cycle challenge area and a few other spaces. Maybe signage for the pickleball courts, I don't know. I'm certain there's going to be pickleballers who would probably like that. But in general, yes, I made sure that anything else you guys think that we might want to have in there for park and rec goals, just let me know, and I'll just be happy to discuss them at the meeting on Wednesday. So yeah, that was about everything.
Okay, I have no reports from Commerce Park and Rec. Is there any comments from board members?
Just thanks, everybody, for your participation and what to do for Tuesdays at the Park. I appreciate it very
Yeah,
much. so.
thanks for doing all that research.
Can I get a motion to adjourn?
Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.